a cold open, man. It's like the office.
Greetings. Greetings.
What are we doing?
What is up, good people of Dupes and Xylawville?
So long as it's not my pressure, everything can.
Good people of Reason to Liveville.
Whoville.
Of Whoville. Of wherever you are in yourself.
The what's it's of
I start in
Whoville.
hot and heavy. Hot and hot.
It's be a cold opening, not a hot opening.
I start in hot and heavy. I had a revolution today and I put in that down right at the top of the hour. Years ago, Reasons to Live. Okay? Welcome to Reasons to Live. We share where we share what our reasons to live are. Things that got us through the last month, whatever is shareable. Okay. We do this because we couldn't always do it before. We do this because it's good to document our process with each other. Why else do we do this, Dupes? To catch up?
For the money?
For the money. We do this for the money! Bruh!
For the value.
We do this for freedom.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
We do this because people have sacrificed their lives for people like us, to be able to speak.
Hold up, you gotta break that one down. People gonna think you being real pretentious on that one.
How you mean? Why?
Hey, I just said it. Talk to the eye. Break it down.
It wasn't always that two black people could be on a radio, far less the internet. Just
yo,
what?
That is crazy. She's not lying, yo. No, sometimes the laugh is not because it's funny. It's because it's really when you really sit and you think about.
Oh yeah,
you think about it,
but
like,
I thought you were laughing at me because
yeah.
you were still saying like I sound pretentious. I'm like, why is it pretentious? Because
I
it's
didn't
real.
say you. I didn't say I think you sound pretentious. I said people watching this.
No, okay, fair enough. But I'm asking how, because that's fact.
50,000 years from today, will say, "Grandma, this is the wokeness that you guys used to talk about."
No, yeah, well, I didn't mean that part. I just meant the right to be able to, the ability and capacity.
I agree.
And in the
people
same
take a lot of things for granted.
And in the same breath, it's also not a right. It wouldn't be allowed if there wasn't control attached and commodification attached. So we are mindful of that as well. Okay. Now that I've.
Why does the caged bird sing?
Now that I've Olivia Pope to the whole situation, let me jump in.
A quote that ChatGPT stole from Maya Angelou. Why does the caged bird sing?
Did ChatGPT really steal that from Maya Angelou?
I mean, it probably did. I was watching this video whilst I was at the gym today about this filmmaker, and he's making a film about like memento mori. He's like, well, you're gonna die, so like start working on your art because, well, you're gonna die. And then every quote, he at the bottom of the quote he puts ChatGPT, and then in subtitles of the quote he puts probably taken from somebody else. So I'm just using it. It can be true.
Wait, I'm sorry. He's encouraging us to do art. What? He's encouraging us to let AI do art before we die? Is that what it is?
No, not at all. So I'm saying when he puts a quote, he puts the quote on the screen, and then he credits the quote as ChatGPT, and then on the next screen he says that ChatGPT probably took from somebody else. So he's like showing you that if you go into that lane and that's how you decide to do what you're doing, you're never really sure where this thing is coming from. But that wasn't the point of it. It's just that there has been so much going on in the world of, and that's my reason to live. Everything is a remix. And I don't even, and whilst I understand that, because there's like a whole movie, there's a whole philosophy behind it, everything is a reinterpretation, a recommunication, a retelling of our personal experience. So there's always this pressure that's put on me as an artist to do something new. But what's not new about what I'm doing right now? Like, even if I say hello 3 times, I'm not going to say it the same way.
Yeah.
So that's a reason is coming to the realization that, like, yo, like, just do the vibe, yo, just go with the flow, you know. The time is going to pass. Don't always feel guilty for not spending it in the quote unquote right way, which is another thing where you talk about like the right, the freedom, the control. Because for me, if we take it down to just even things like time, which our friend ADX likes to say is a man-made construct. Time is a big trigger for me. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna be late. I'm wasting somebody's time. You know what I'm saying? So even so, when you say like we have the right, well within the control, it sums up some of these thoughts, these wild, wild thoughts that I be having sometimes. Yeah,
for sure. Wow, that we just went on a whole journey there. There's so many
that's a
things I
reason
want
to
to pick
live.
apart in that.
Yeah, man.
But I will stay on track just to drop my big bar, and then we'll continue going back.
Dropping the bar now.
Yeah.
Okay, drop it.
You
Like it's hot.
ready?
Drop it like it's hot.
Years ago, I went through. Boy, what did I say I went through, Lord? How would I describe it? I was going through challenges in facing what my art, what my passion, what my integrity and ethic saw was the right thing to do with my work, with healthcare and activism and education, and realizing like decisions that colleagues and friends and mentors and partners and intimate partners and family members, just decisions that people wouldn't make, that I was definitely going to make, and realizing what those decisions, where they would leave us, how distant they would leave us, in our intimacy, in our connection, and then in actuality, in the choices we make cause nuclear effects, sometimes cause ripple effects, sometimes they're severing. It just depends on the situation. And in making some decisions, in actually the process of realizing, but if this is this, then this is this, and this is that to me, so that means I'm gonna make this decision, and if I make that decision, oh my god, like no one's gonna take that well, and facing that. And I honestly felt like I was losing my mind. This is many years ago, right? I probably was 20, maybe I was anywhere between 24 and 26 when I was going through the hardest part of that. And I was terrified. I really thought that I was losing my mind. Like I really was really afraid of what might happen to me, and all, like, just, it was very terrible what I was navigating. And it came with threats. It came for a lot of different things, because I was also like very connected in the society in certain ways when it came to the politics of healthcare. So that to say, this morning while I'm walking, because of family things that are happening right now, I just realized what I really wanted for myself, I have now, today, here and now. Like, it just came to me this morning when I was walking. I was like, I'm safe enough to be in any situation and be seen on any stage, behind closed doors, cage bird, or on any platform, and be seen as I'm losing my mind, and I'm safe in me. And I was just walking this
Losing
morning.
your mind.
Yeah, to be
And
accused,
what?
like to be accused of like going mad, of being mad, of like, in an asylum kind of a way, of being, crazy, and whatever would be the accusation that would put you in such isolation. And
Tibisafu.
Yeah. And I love myself enough to stand by myself no matter what, even if it is like, boy, very look like you lose your mind for true. Like
That's you. That's you saying that to yourself.
even if it came to that, I went through that in a real way, and because I have gone through that in a real way. But every time I've gone through it, it had all these growing pains, and it had these griefs and guilts and shames and explanations and justifications and disclaimers at all the different times in my life that I've gone through it before now. But today, as I was going through all that I was going through, I was walking and I was like, I'm at a place in myself. I'm here now, like sending location. I'm here now. Like the subway map, you're here now. I'm in a place
You
in
are
me.
here now. This is where you are.
Yeah, where nothing matters more than standing by myself in it. Even wherever I might be wrong, wherever I might be right. That's not the point. The point is we live in a society that is just so driven in fifth gear that you just crumble under the pressure. You collapse under the pressure of self-esteem for how you think about something. When most of the time you just honestly feel like you're doing the right thing. Now, whether you're doing the right thing and it's actually the right thing or not, we all are. That's it's not about getting caught up in whether it's right or wrong, because there's always room for improvement. It's all about a perspective. So you can always learn and unlearn how it is you are doing something, whatever choice. But the point is, when you move into that space, we're all moving from that space of self-deprecation, of just like of hating yourself or not wanting to be here or not knowing that you can sustain your choice, that you can live, that you can wake up and live, Bob, with your choice, with who you really are and how you really feel about something. And even if contextually, based on this logic, for you to believe this logic, you must be mad, well then so be it.
Okay, Don Quixote.
Anyway, that's a big reason to live.
Why she rolling that eye? Like, why is my statement a eye rolling statement?
Why you call me Don Quixote?
Because the man was mad, guys.
Okay.
At least they thought the man was mad. The man was fighting. The man was fighting windmills or whatever it was. The man was slaying dragons that were really windmills. But the man knew what he was doing, so they thought the man was mad.
Yeah. Well, it's very that meeting yourself on the brink of all of your realities, not jumping over.
Well, for me, that's like the control. That's the control. That's the like. Oh yeah, you could live whatever life you want to live. You just have to believe. You just have to work hard.
I want to address that. Actually, that came up today. That came up in my mind today. Who was the first person that said you could do whatever you want to do?
Cleopatra.
And Cleopatra?
I don't know.
Stupid.
Let me look. I have it there. Just give me a second.
You have it?
Imagine I grabbed two books, right? I grabbed two books. Malcolm X, an Afro-American history.
Damn.
Yeah. And I grabbed the Memoirs of Cleopatra.
What?
The Memoirs of Cleopatra.
That's so cool.
Yes. Now a major television event.
So wait. But why are you checking that book as far as like, did you really just come
I said Cleopatra, dude. And
okay, so you're gonna read us
No, I was saying who would be boss enough to make us you said who made the statements. I said, well, there's only a few people that I can truly believe that would be boss enough to say. I know you didn't mean it that way, but if I had to think about it, and I was just like, and then I grabbed the book, but along with the book, Malcolm X, they're like, actually,
page and read us.
Actually, bruh.
Open to actually,
bruh.
Sentence from each.
Oh my lord, I don't know how to read. Lessons of 1964. Lessons of 1964. from Malcolm X on Afro-American history.
To Malcolm.
In 1964, oppressed people all over the world, in Africa, in Asia, and Latin America, in the Caribbean, made some progress. Northern Rhodesia threw off the yoke of colonialism and became Zamibia, and was accepted into the United Nations, the Society of Independent Governments, 1964.
Wow.
Nyasaland became Malawi.
As the Caribbean, like it mentions
in the Caribbean, right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I know how to pick pages. This is actually how I read books. So now,
wait, so you knew it was mentioned in the Caribbean when you opened it?
No, I didn't know that. But I'm showing you how I read books because I never even thought that this would be a thing. So I opened the book. I find the first interesting thing to read, or I just go with what is there, and then I finish the book, and then I'm like, oh wait, hold on, and then I start reading. This is literally how I read books. That's how I do television shows. Like I think we just finished watching Monk like last month, and don't think for one reason that I started on episode 1. It was like, if I start on episode 1, I'm gonna get bored because I kind of remember how it started. So I start on like season 2, episode 7. There you go. And you cried. You cried.
Oh, all day long.
Because you can't believe what Trudy went through, and you can't believe that all in the name of Trudy, what Monk was prepared to do. So now we're on the Monk podcast, alive with Dupes. I'm always trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing on these video things, and that's what I should be doing.
I think so. Go right, the next. Give us the next line.
Cleopatra coming at you.
I need to address.
Coming at you. You need to make notes.
I need to make notes.
I guess I don't know.
What are we making the notes for?
I don't know. These are the notes. No, I'm saying sometimes it's good to just make a note of what you might want to talk about.
Since Dupes will be cutting you off and going everywhere.
Nah, but you also be saying, oh, I need to address this, and I'd be wanting to hear what you're addressing, but I do want to finish the mission that you told me to do, which was read a passage from each one of the books. So now the memoirs...
You're the one... Dude, are you serious? You're the one who's cutting off what I was saying to read.
Yeah, but I have ADHD.
I know, it's fine. Yeah. I'm just laughing at the order in which you tell me to make notes because I need to address something because you started.
Guys, I look my notebook there. My notebook.
Read the notebook. Read
my notebook there. All right. The Memoirs of Cleopatra, chapter 47, page 488. My grandmother's license plate number was 848. And anytime she used to play lotto, she'd play 848 in the lotto.
Big up 848. I'll be looking up the numerology of that later and be putting it in the chat logs.
Come with me, I told Anthony two mornings later. He had come at my summons and now stood looking at me expectantly. I hoped to convince him of what he must do by showing him the secret workings of my country. I don't understand, he said. And as we rode in a chariot to the dock and dismounted before the large warehouse owned by the word that I cannot pronounce, Epaphroditus and his company, they were expecting us. I want you to suspend all judgment until this morning is over, I told him. Then tonight you must think about it. Think of all it entails, of all it can mean. These were the readings of Our Lady Cleopatra, the Memoirs of Cleopatra. Yeah, this is what, because I have a lot of books that I need to get through, so I'm just going to start getting through them online.
That's a big vibe. I love that.
Come with me, ADHD, in a world of pure imagination.
Definitely a world of pure imagination. Oh, thank you so much for that. Big up Malcolm, big up Cleopatra. So I love that, right? So, okay, so Malcolm speaking about
1964.
An ending of a brand of colonialism that had effects on America and Europe and the Caribbean and
Africa.
And Africa. I said what? Africa, Europe, and the Caribbean, and obviously, and America too, right? And then Cleopatra is obviously speaking to someone and saying that, asking them to come and see something, and don't make the decision, huh?
Speaking to Anthony. Anthony the Great?
She was speaking to Anthony the Great.
Yeah.
And was asking him not to make a choice and to eat swaki.
And he saw everything. He just,
the warehouse. That was whatever was going on. The point is,
she was like, shut up, Dupes. Exactly. I'm so excited.
Are you so excited? I can tell.
Listen. Put this book right back over here.
What I'm saying is, right? that's a podcast. That's a podcast by itself, right?
What she's venturing to express is
that's a spin-off on a spin-off. What I'm saying is that's it. What I'm saying is podcast. What I'm saying is, like, it's so irresponsible to give that kind of advice without consideration, compassion, explanation for who is the person who is wanting. Like, have you learned yourself enough to define yourself enough, as in your bearings of your capacity, for you to understand who is the you doing what you want, and then what is the what that you want in our current world? Because if I say this to my niece who's 4 now, I'm saying it to her in this world, but when she's 18 and beyond, doing what she wants, it'll be a totally different world by that time, that she will be doing that. And she won't be the 4-year-old and he's like, oh, you can do whatever you want, honey. When you grow up, you can do whatever you want. Excuse me? In what world? And how? With what skills? With what support? With what self-understanding? With what self-capacity? Who is the her that will be doing whatever she wants? There's so much in that. It's such a setup. It's such a dangerous thing. I was like, what commodifying agent decided to, or maybe it was said in that way, but then commodifying agents and their agencies took it to the superficial level, and it's like, you can do whatever you want when you grow up. And it's like, are you, lady at my assembly, at my graduation, saying that, are you doing whatever you want with your life?
I mean, what if you want to be a velociraptor?
Exactly. But
you get the context of what they're trying to say. They're trying to motivate you.
What are they trying to say?
I don't know, dude. Like, because you really just put it down to like brass tacks. You're like, so do you even think that the person giving the commencement speech wants to give the commencement speech? Here's why.
But that is what I am saying.
No. Just chill. Here's why. Because today, my son.
Happy graduation to everyone who's graduating. That's the name of the podcast.
Happy graduation. My son was graduating from a 7-week program that he was part of.
And production is graduating as well. Happy graduation to all those who are graduating. Yeah. And to all the little graduational moments inside of us, all the little things that you can hit, you can just touch your heart and be like, ooh, I level up and down. That's a graduation. That was a graduation.
Good morning.
Oh, you have to play the graduation theme song. All right.
Damn, but isn't that his own graduation song he wanted? Oh, he says, after I gave my speech, the reason why you guys really let me down is because you were supposed to do the John Cena music, which is ba ba da ba ba ba. I was like, yeah, but you got to put that in your writer, bro. Like, I mean, what kind of artist are you? But the guy that was giving the commencement
speech there, stay on it. I see you coming back by yourself.
He giving the commencement speech. And you could tell he freestyling a little bit, because he was inspired by what he saw. And then he picks up the paper and he's like, now this is the real speech, but I'm not going to do this to y'all today. So y'all go forth, enjoy your lives and keep it moving. And I said, that's the sign of a guy who, whilst he's grateful to be there, he doesn't really want, he doesn't really need to be here. So I just thought about that. Jerry Seinfeld was giving his.
And whose graduation was that?
Aiden today.
Today?
Yeah, of a program that he's
today.
From a 8-week program that he's been.
Oh, that's awesome! Congratulations! Yeah. Oh my gosh! Yay! Can you?
You have to do John Cena.
Look graduation season. So look what I just got today for production, and so for Aiden.
Hey, what's that for?
Everybody.
One thing, you like balloons there. You like balloons there.
We like balloons. It's the secret is helium. That's the secret. Yes, helium is.
I saw a balloon land yesterday.
You saw what land yesterday?
A balloon land. You don't see that often.
Balloon land.
Yeah, you see, like when the balloons, if you lose, like if you have a bunch of helium balloons and for whatever reason you let go and they fly away.
Yeah.
You never really see
thing coming down.
You never really see where they end up. And
was there a pot of gold?
No. And if there was, I wouldn't say it on YouTube.
Oh, that's true.
But as you can see, my hair is combed, so like they said, if I win the lotto, I wouldn't let you know, but there will be signs.
There will be signs.
Yeah.
What will the signs be, Dupes?
I mean, like I said, my hair is a little better combed than normally. I have new office merch.
Hey, let's see what did you say?
Assistant to the regional manager. Yes, I mean, there will be.
Big up, Jen.
There will be signs.
Did you get that?
Yeah. I don't know who you're talking about.
All right, your turn. You don't know who what is?
I'm messing with you. I have a turn forward. What are you supposed to do now?
I just gave my reason to live, bro.
But I've been giving that whole thing we're doing there for the last 20 minutes was the intro?
Intro? How you mean intro? That isn't
27 minutes and 35 seconds. Yes, and we've been discussing it. My reason to live is because I have a reason to give from and share and express my life
in the last month we share whatever was our reason to live. So I just shared the realization that I'm finally in a place now where even if I am considered mad to everybody who I care about in my life, I'm standing by myself. So that's what happened to me in the last month since we last recorded. So what are you sharing? What's your show and tell of reason to live for this episode? That's what I
thought all these books and all these readings was my show and tell, my reason to live.
If that's what it was, but that was not what it was as far as I understood.
Reconnecting
brought that up when I was saying the thing about who said that you could do whatever you want.
Okay, yeah, got you.
My God.
Don't worry.
I am worried. Huh?
Those of us that are following this podcast,
only me.
God be with you.
I'm the only one following the podcast.
God be with you. So it's really just been another great day, a series of great days to have great days. And whilst they haven't all been great days, I've persevered. I've been disciplined to my liking, not to the formations of my motivational speaker said that I'm supposed to hustle porn my way through life, feeling the feels,
Okay.
Keeping it real.
Stop. I'm going to give what I think from our off public is something I would like to share that inspired me from you in our off public sharing for Reasons to Live. So don't worry, it's not very private. It's something that I'm
First of all, I just want to let you guys know that this whole thing has just been a blur because we have pre-production meetings and I was the one that went live, but I can honestly tell you I cannot tell the difference between the pre-production and the live.
I'm glad.
Right?
I'm glad that you can say that.
And I am under the influence, of ginger tea
what?
and ginger tea, manuka honey, and good vibes. Yeah.
So that brings me to your reason to live that I appreciate that you had shared in the off public. I'd like to say that while we were sharing our personal things off public in preparation for today, you said, so I'm just trying to get through it all. I'm using my tools and I have my ginger tea here that I just pour hot water on. And I was just like, you know what? I think that so many things that are important about our relationship in Reasons to Live, in reasons to still do this podcast with you, although you frustrate me so much.
But that's just pressure, dude.
It's all good. That one of the things about us that I appreciate that we have in common is our relationship with all tools and resources in life. We are so resourceful, and you are always a go-to person for me. Like every time production and I have a conversation about something, we're like, okay, well, we could ask Dupes. 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 Whether it be to source something, information about something, if it's a product, once there's a demand for it, there's the supply from Dupes, or at least the willingness, the intention, or the networking of how to get it. So in that vein, I just think it's so important that us being from St. Lucia, us having Masque in common, us having bush tea and all bush teas in common, that you would be calling in your most difficult times. You'd be calling ginger tea one of your tools for getting through. And I'm the same way. And I think that I just really love that about you, and I really love that about us, and I really love that we can spend forever in all seriousness talking about the importance of those natural and supernatural tools that if it wasn't for them, honestly, if it wasn't for ginger tea and sea moss and vervain and gully root and thank you so much for the gully root, we wouldn't be able to. Those are the reasons to live, and for our application of them, and for the people who taught us to use them and utilize them, you know, Auntie Vera, my dad, all the people who taught us those things. I just want to give so much thanks to you and say that I'm taking that as a reason to. I'm submitting that as a reason to live for you. I'm helping you do your homework, and saying that you said that off public. But I think it was worth putting that message out there for our community to remind our community of that. So thank you for saying it that way.
You're welcome. So you literally just did what I was talking about.
What's
you that? Remixed. I'm saying you made it happen.
Production.
You took all of it and you synthesized it down into, you know, whatever it is I was trying to say.
That's love, that's friendship, that's kinship. That's what we're here for. That's the reason to live. That's
synthesis?
Yeah. And all the different ways, right? Like you said, if you say hello 3 times right now, it won't be the same the next time. Is because no matter what, it's always gonna be, there's always gonna be that one drop and that exponential drop from these moments of us connecting, of synthesizing, to remix our friendship, to remix our soundness.
Yep. Yeah.
As sound boys.
Killer sound boy.
All right. Are we at an hour?
Hell no, you far from that. You're gonna have a short one today.
We can, but let's continue. Oh, it's an hour since we've been connected. Sorry. Let's continue. Next. What's next?
I don't know what's popping, man.
Hmm?
I know what's popping for me.
What's the remix
but the thing is,
wanted to talk about?
The thing is, what?
You had brought up that you wanted to talk more about remixing.
Oh no, it's a continuous thing. It'll be a reoccurring theme that things always come back that are like reminiscent of other things or remixes of other things. And the whole nothing new under the sun is just part of the creative journey and creative process. That's mainly what I was touching on. Yeah, been watching a lot of Murder She Wrote lately, and the funniest part of Murder She Wrote is like you see all of these actors that went on to have shows like in 2000s, 2010s, and so on. They were like on there just like cutting their chops, being murderers or false suspects and stuff. It's just like, so yeah. It shows you the path. It shows you the path.
Yeah.
It's a long and winding road. Yeah. There's just stuff about my whole creative process right now that's changing.
Yeah.
Stuff that I'm accepting, stuff that I'm letting go, stuff that I'm not counting. I'm measuring things differently. I'm watching to see how that's gonna go. There's certain things that I am doing that are the same, that in reflecting on what has helped me and what has fueled me. I don't want to share exactly what it is yet. That I'm doing that is allowing me to be more grounded in my creativity, and not, whilst I do have a responsibility to create what my clients want, I create it from my space based on how I feel their needs are, because I feel like that's why they came to me. Did that make sense?
100%.
Okay. Yeah, I had a very high profile client, and he's like, yeah, I want Dupes to do, and I wrote to my agent, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that, but he's gonna be happy anyways. Yeah. And they were like, and my agent was like, yeah, cool, we know the deal with you. We know the deal with you, so we would not have connected him with you if we didn't know that you were not gonna be pushed around by him because of who he is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
heavy.
So that's a good reason to live. I was very proud of myself.
I mean,
I had a lot of anxiety because I was like, I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna, because that's just not what I do. So I'm not gonna do it that way. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I had a lot of anxiety because I don't care. Isn't that powerful?
Yeah.
And it shows you, right? It's like when your body is at that point of like, it looks like I'm gonna do that thing. And like I say in Secret Dialogue, that's your nerve system just telling you, as soon as you respond to this the way you actually realize you have the capacity and ability to, responsibility, it's a notification that your life is going to change when you do this. Mm-hmm. And that's what anxiety is. It's just, hey, heads up. There are some things you do, you make bread and butter. Your life's not gonna change like that much, besides, oh my god, it's bread and butter, like, life changing every time, bigger bread and butter. But like this one is gonna be exponential, because when you tell a client this, and just the fact that you utilize the word agent is so important when we think about what agents really are. And the word agent, like if you look at the etymology, like someone acting on your behalf, representing your actual agency, your sense of self. Having an agent who stands up for who you as a creator really is so vital. And I would say 95% of people who have agents don't have agents who represent their agency. Their self-agency.
That's a whole conversation.
It is. It's so funny. Anytime I'm talking to production about something, like there'll be like something in the news, like, oh, you see what happened to whoever, or you see, did you hear, did you see, whether it's tabloid or serious, kind of whatever, no matter where on the spectrum it falls in the information, she'll tell you half, like 99% of the time, after I hit the roof about how I really feel about it on the human level, I always close the conversation if, no, but I blame the manager. I blame the management for that. Because that should have never happened. That person wasn't ready for that. That should have never been, like, how you not seeing that like, I'm always in that space, because you have to be so mindful of the risk when you my palm scratching.
Money.
Money by the pound.
Could be something. It's a rich man's world.
Big up ABBA and Pete's Dragon. Anyway.
Oh my god, I need to watch Pete's Dragon.
Pete's Dragon
feels like a fever dream to me.
Yeah. We need a remix of Money and Money by the pound.
Mashup.
Yeah, mashup. Yeah, mashup. Sorry, I meant to say mashup. Yeah. Anywho, right? So thank you that I go so far. Thank you for saying that, for sharing that story as a reason to live, because I'm really proud of you as a friend, as an artist, as Xylaw in Secret Dialogue Space, for you to be able to articulate that I'm not going to do that, and then for that agent to represent your agency, and yeah, big up. It shows the maturity and the quality of the artist and the that you both are, that you all three are, the agent as an artist.
It's fun.
It's
growth in, because you say that to other people and be like, oh yeah, whatever, you didn't want to do something. It's like, bro, because like your daily bread is dependent on you executing your goals. And your goals is to fulfill the needs of the client. And if the client doesn't feel like they're gonna get what they need from you, they'll go somewhere else and you have to seek another client. But you have to still have a backbone, because that's what made you the artist that you are, the career that you are. And I was talking to production about I was just like sending tracks or whatever, and then it was like, oh, why do you like this artist? Why do you like that artist? And I was like, well, these are artists that I can genuinely say I can use the word jealous of, because I'm jealous of the way that they're able to do this and do that. And the main reason why I'm jealous is because I feel like if I were to do that, I wouldn't be myself. But I really, really love the way that they're able to do it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like a very famous ChatGPT once said, jealousy is love and hate at the same time.
Did you just say ChatGPT just once said?
Oh
my god. Welcome to our world. You can do whatever you want, but also AI can. So good luck.
Right, exactly. AI can do whatever you want.
AI can do whatever you want. So just don't do it. What is happening?
Yeah. But actually the artist formerly known as ChatGPT was really Drake. Drake said, jealousy is love and hate at the same time.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and I can big up the artist. I love the way Frank Ocean can articulate something. I love the way The Dream does it. I love the way Chance the Rapper does it. It's like, yo, like, what the F, bro? Like, I really wish I could just go down to the bodega, buy a Jamaican patty, eat it, and write a whole love song about it without me feeling like it's the corniest thing in the world. But the way they do it is the way that it's got to be done. The way I admire. Yeah.
It's so funny that you utilize that as an example. Is that a literal example? I don't know the song. Okay?
I mean, it probably should be. I mean,
it's because, and even if it was, like, you know what? Okay, reason to live right here, right? And I think that's something that production and I have had conversations about, sort of like skirting around, and in our club in the club we have like
In the karaoke club.
no, in the club where we.
Yeah, I know which club.
Okay, good.
The He-Man woman
The
haters club.
he man, three women hits at school against and for Dupes, pressing against Dupes to push Dupes in his most Dupes direction. Dupes, like to me, you just said it. You know, and it's so funny. Before I actually say it, astrologically, yesterday and today are about facing jealousy in mature ways and bringing it up to admiration and bringing it up to self-acceptance and self-allowance, like that you are that guy, that you are that. It's the I am that I am. It's like the artist in me.
By the sailor man,
right? So listen, it's so funny to hear you say that because you call it like everything you were saying until you said the word corny, and I'm like, but Dupes, that's who you are. You are the person who can walk to the bodega and write a song about.
All right, you know the crazy thing is, I will sing an entire song on the way to bodega about going to the bodega.
Right, but why do you see yourself as corny in that? Because to me, that's just the missing.
But that's where the jealousy is. The jealousy is there's always a layer of the onion that has to peel off. So the other layer of the onion that has to peel off is go into the dog pound, everybody. Go into the dog pound. Come on down.
Yeah.
So that's from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look at how much you remember that. Look at how much you remember out of paper, out of stock, friendly faces around the block. Get loose from the chains that are causing you pain. The Dunder Mifflin song, right? And it's like, and then Michael says, I hate it. I don't like it. No, I hate it. It's just like, that's the reality that people, I'm getting chills thinking about it because it's like, oh my God. So now if you go and unlock that, maybe that's the thing that you had to unlock so you could go. But it's to have that realization, but don't overthink it and allow it to flow.
Well, once you have, okay, but here's the thing, right? Once you have the realization, you don't overthink it. That's the beauty of evolution.
But how do you approach the blank page?
I don't even approach
as an artist. You're an artist. You're an artist. How do you approach the blank page?
How do you approach kissing your wife? Step 1, extend your hand. Step 2, bring it closer and closer to the nape of her neck. Like, I mean, you don't.
Well, actually,
you don't do that.
You think how? For me, you take Kiss the Girl, and you play it at 30 times the speed as you're making the action. So it's like, there you see her sitting from across the way. She ain't got a lot to say, but there's something about her. But it's like, boom, nanoseconds. And this is how I explain puberty to my team.
I'm sorry, wait, what happened? Sit down over there. So, just now. Okay, received. Let's go back to how do you approach the blank page though? Because you don't, as an artist, you don't. Well, let me be. That's not fair.
I'm telling you, that's an artist's dilemma. I'm not saying that it's particularly my specific dilemma. I face the page sometimes 3-4 times a day. I open up my digital audio workstation and there's nothing there. And the difference is I'll write the Jamaican Patty song. That's a step. The next step is putting it out.
Well, okay, but let's go back. Let's understand. Mm-hmm. The thing is, like, you were all right there talking. There was passion. There was honor. Even admitting the jealousy, there was so much passion. The jealousy was powerful. You were empowered. You were so powerful that you could be jealous. Like it was all very powerful, right? It was as powerful as Labyrinth being poetic in he's jealous of the wind.
I'm jealous of the wind.
It's exactly. Like, I mean, by the time you can do all of that, are you really jealous? It's like,
probably you're not.
Like a tribute, right?
Yes.
So all of that, but then came what fell in you was when you said it's corny. That was judgmental. You
Yes.
called it corny, not even at the artist, but at yourself.
Because it's the reason not to do. It's the wall, it's the obstacle, it's the thing that has to go through.
Right.
But it was not articulated, or may have been articulated, but not recognized because it wasn't communicated to kin. And that's why the conversation is important. Because you caught you caught the rock that I was throwing at myself.
Yes.
I'm not stupid, you know.
That's all.
I see a lot of stupid things.
Have how much we talk on ourselves because we just there catching rocks that you're throwing at yourself. Okay?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. It's all good. But
it's a lot. I'm telling you, it's a lot, and I'm passionate about how much it is, because it gets down to the individual vulnerability of what it means to be me.
Look up the etymology of corny then, because I need you to make peace with this word, because it's not corny in a way that
you look it up. I don't know how to look these things up.
You always look it up every episode and then you read it out loud. What is
no, you tell me look up the definition.
No, you look up the etymology online and you have read it to us before. But fine, you can look up the definition.
Dated, melodramatic. My God, what just not resembling a horn? What going on today?
Corny.
You see, the thing
like
is,
cornucopia.
I never know how to spell etymology. It's with a Y.
ETYM.
Wait. Hold up. The preview was much better than what I just saw.
It usually is.
Because the
you have checked now when you look up the definition of a word. I don't know how many of you have done that recently. It giving you like these are the best AI generated like as though it's taking all of the definitions and it putting it together
to your side. Yeah. There's an element of truth in every idea that lasts long enough to be called corny. And that was quoted by songwriter Irving Berlin.
Okay.
But why did they put that?
There was a definition. That's what we need. If they can't give us
You told me etymology. The term corny originated from American slang emerging in the late 1900s to the 20th century. Its precise etymology is not entirely clear, but it likely stems from the word corn, which is the 19th century describe of old-fashioned or rural. One theory suggests it evolved from corn catalog jokes, which were jokes that were featured on seed catalogs, known for being over dubious and time-worn. Over time, corny came to describe anything boring and unoriginal. The phrase has persisted over years, with songwriter Irving Berlin even acknowledging its enduring nature. Boom.
Well,
Must I say more?
There's no more to say. What? In fact, I have a lot I could say, but what do you think after hearing that?
I don't want to think.
Oh my God!
What do you think after hearing it? What happened?
What do you think or feel after hearing that? Like, where does that land in you?
I think it still falls in line with what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I know that the initial utterance of the word was a judgmental or bad thing, but it was also like, but corny. What's corny? Like buying people the balloons like for their birthday. That shit might seem corny to somebody, but the shit still makes somebody eye light up. You know what I'm saying? So it even said it in the thing.
Well, that's
but it's the result. Because you know how many people would love to you know how many people would love to just have something corny done for them because of the result of it.
Right there.
Yeah.
Just picture production and I stand up right here. You know how many people would love. Okay, you got it.
That's corny.
Mics have been dropped. We are 3 minutes to our hour. Let us wrap up. Let's
see if you know that for sure. Let's see how good you. Hey.
We'll drop the mic here for today.
54 minutes and 5 seconds.
Yeah, let's go. Let's wrap up. Taking from today. What was your favorite part of this conversation, sir?
Making popcorn.
We made popcorn?
Yeah.
I didn't get popcorn. When did you make
Just
popcorn?
after that, you weren't supposed to get it. You weren't supposed to get it. You're supposed to give it to the people. You're supposed to entertain people with your popcorn. Is the result.
Hope.
Lots of stuff, man. The readings, man. I'm still stuck with Cleopatra. Telling Alexander, I can show you the world.
I thought it was Anthony.
Yeah. Antonio.
We'll know.
Caesar. He always says Alexander the Great. So who's Anthony?
I don't know. That's why.
Caesars. Okay, I messed it up. So now you can get a clock for me.
Thank you. The internet got it here first. You messed it up. Let's go.
This whole thing is
because when I said that guy, you were like, the guy?
Yeah, but it had to be some Anthony. He was with Cleopatra coming at you.
Let's go.
So she was telling him, I can show you the world shining, shimmering, splendid. But you can't talk about it. You can't tell me how you feel about it until the end of the day.
Right.
So you guys can't judge this whole thing that you're watching until it's done.
Well, and also, it's for us though. So we're the ones judging it. We're fine. So what's your favorite part of it though?
Yeah, but my future self will watch it and say, "But look at you being an idiot." And so yeah, that was my favorite. My favorite part was like taking the time out and like finding answers to the questions that we had.
I like that. I like the reading stuff for sure. I really love that. I really love that. I really love that for you, and I really love how excited you got when you when you go back and watch this and you see like how excited you were, like, hey, I have a book, and then you pull the book and you read it. Like that was that was fun. That was
childlike wonder of being
and it's an important thing for you to really allow yourself that space to do the reading, because reading is such a compounded thing in our world. And so anytime anybody can really create space where people can lovingly and in a fun way, in an intimate way, read together, not because it's time to read, because you have to learn how to read, because read. When it's all of that, it's like, whoa. But when it's fun, it really does something. It's such a beautiful
Reading thing. Rainbow documentary coming out on Netflix.
Rainbow documentary, what it's about?
Reading Rainbow.
Rainbow.
I don't know if you know Reading Rainbow.
Yes. I'm with you.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people I speak to seem to not even know what it is. So I was like, yo, you gotta watch the documentary.
I'm with you. You and I have been socialized in a very interesting, similar way.
Yeah.
And I think that's what keeps us connected in. There's a part of us that avenges our compounding childhood experience. Like there's something very similar in how St. Lucian and International we were socialized. There's something about that.
Very, very, very much so.
That's very similar. And
it feels unique.
Yeah.
But there's more of us out there. It's just a matter of them finding
each other.
Coming home. Yeah, exactly.
And so we've actually never spoken about it, like to say like here's what I went through and here's how I was socialized. Yeah. We've never actually spoken about it, but like when we call references to things, it's like, wait, what? Because you
know that Transformers are really you know they're robots in disguise. You know that. You know a Transformer is a robot in disguise. There's no doubt. Exactly.
Robots in disguise. And oh my god, dinosaurs. And
yo, you know how many people don't know about dinosaurs?
Wait, this one.
And Denver, the last dinosaur. Denver, the last dinosaur. He's my friend and a whole lot more. Like, Denver, what's cornier than that? Like, but it's literally like, yo, we going to buy groceries. What you need? Milk, eggs, cheese,
to
crackers.
get home before Denver the Last Dinosaur comes on. That's what I have to. That's what I.
But what I'm saying is,
I need to get home before that.
Nobody can ask you who Denver is because his song telling you who he is. He's the last dinosaur.
Hello,
he's
Denver,
my friend, and he's a whole lot more.
My friend.
Yeah. What again you need to know? Beatties.
You know what? This
everything is
giving me so much belonging.
that is a secret.
Partner.
Yeah, that's a Beatties.
Just so we go all in the ending. Hello.
Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Hello. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, an American Gladiators just come on right after that.
They don't know nothing about that. They don't know
American Gladiators.
They don't know nothing about that.
Course,
they don't know nothing about taking
Planet, but they don't know.
But do they know that the creator of Captain Planet now lives in St. Lucia?
The creator. Oh, I think I know that. Yes, I know that.
Has lived there for many, many years.
I know that. Yeah.
When your powers combined, I am
Captain Planet. Captain. He's a hero.
It's gonna take pollution. I forgot that you're a planetarian. You could be one too.
Okay, but stop because they don't like that. Let's just leave that alone.
Oh, whatever. You're trying to say we that good?
I'm not trying to say we're that good. We just
They are.
Exactly. All right. So
so in closing, I don't know what's happening if this is a part 2 or part 1, or if one of them just ended on a cliffhanger and you're like rewinding your YouTube to see what the hell happened. You know that's on YouTube. Speaking of which, that's a trend on YouTube now. Like, so now some YouTubers, they just end the video mid-sentence and then you like looking at, because they know you wasn't looking at your phone. So you then looking at your phone and you then pressing replay because you try to figure out what the hell that happened. So yeah, man, but we're not playing you. We don't have time for that.
No.
Yet.
We're not that hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So my thing. Oh yeah, your takeaway. So you had already just shared yours, which was the writing, and then we went into the reading. And we went into the Reading Rainbow documentary, and that took us into our childhood. Okay, so that's where we were. Yeah. And then for me, my favorite thing about today's podcast talk. My favorite thing. Oh, I have a few favorites. Oh no. Okay, my favorite thing about today's talk.
Say favorite thing one more time. Just say it, because you're going to make my ADHD just start going crazy. Just say favorite thing one more time. Okay, great. Continue.
My favorite thing about today's talk, I think, was the synthesizing. I think that was my favorite.
You synthesizing my...
us synthesizing...
Oh, the whole... Okay.
Just that...
And etymologizing.
Yeah, I think that... Okay, so maybe this thing would... So the first one was Happy Graduation. And then the closing... I
think they're still the same thing.
Okay, well...
But if there's any notes, I usually just type them.
Happy Graduation, synthesize. Like, put in brackets, yourself synthesized. And that's a graduational point. When you can synthesize yourself, when you can merge and remix and sync up with all aspects of yourself, that's how you know, oh, I've graduated. That's a defining moment.
Yeah, I'll spell check that later.
So yeah.
And then to that I will say raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens.
Ow. All right. Well, we wish your bright copper kettles a happy week ahead. Happy month ahead.
Have a Merry Christmas, y'all. I'm not gonna lie.
Definitely
have a Merry freaking Christmas. Like, set yourself up to have a Merry Christmas. I don't know about the New Year, but yeah. Enjoy the month. Talk to
Thanks. Love.
Oh Lord. Let me try to end this stream.